obedience.
All right, Ebony.
I never would have made it in 2014 if God hadn't instilled a joy inside of me. One Sunday we were talking about joy and joy of the Lord, and talking about even going through sorrows and tough times, how you can still have a smile on your face.
That's right.
And I thought about, I didn't even understand it now. I didn't even understand it back then, but I thought about a time where I lost someone, and I went to the mall the next day, and I was smiling. But I was just smiling, and this guy came up to me, and he said, "Why are you smiling? You know, that person in your family just died." And I was like, am I not supposed to be smiling? Like, I was like, wow, I didn't, and I thought to myself back then, I was like, I don't know why I'm smiling. Like, I don't know. But that Sunday, I was thinking, when we talked about that, I was like, I was smiling because God was in me.
Yes.
And because he knew the end and he knew where I would be.
Yes.
And Christmas Day, I called my father, who lives in Louisiana, and I was just looking for him. I haven't spoken to him in a while. And I wanted to tell him Merry Christmas. And so they were looking for him, and my Uncle Pookie got on the phone, and I was talking to him. We're some country Louisiana folks. And I was talking to him, and he was just going on. He was like, yeah, your dad's right down the street. He's coming back. Oh, there's T. Will. You want to talk to T. Will, which is my cousin, my first cousin. And I said, yeah, let me talk to T. Will. And so I'm talking to T. Will. He was like, hey, cuz. And I'm like, how you doing? How's your life going? And he's like, I'm back in school now, and I want to do better for myself, and I want to leave Louisiana because I don't want to be here anymore. I just want better for me. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, that's good. God is great. He's going to do wonderful, wonderful things for you. The next morning, I was meeting up with my mother, and she just had this look on her face. And I'm like, why are you looking like that? And I was like, who are you talking to? She's on the phone, and she won't tell me who she's talking to. And I'm like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And she just would not tell me. And then finally, I just took the phone from her. And I said, who is this? And it was my dad. And I was like, okay. I'm like, oh. He was like, let me talk back to your mom. And then she got off the phone with him, and she's like, she looked at me, and she said, I don't want to tell you. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, I don't want to tell you. And I screamed, and I said, what's wrong? And I thought she had an illness or something. And she said, no, T. Will is dead. And I said, it just broke my heart. And I'm like, I hope he was right with God. And I couldn't understand. I'm like, I just talked to him. I just spoke to him. And now he's gone. I thank God for the opportunity for me to have him and know him in my life. And I thank God for him being an amazing God and instilling that joy inside me. And knowing that even when life ends, he's still there.
Yes.
And I just thank God for everything he has done.
Amen.
I love y'all.